What is up, dreamers? And welcome back to some more Mobius F. In this one, we're going to take a look at the Dancer Hall of Fame. We'll do this just like we do the other videos. We'll start by looking at the original job card, and then we'll look at the extra custom panels that you had to fight for in the Hall of Fame area, and then we'll look at multiplayer and talk strats last. So, welcome back to another episode. Good of you to join me, man. I appreciate seeing you. How are you doing? I hope you are well. Let's jump right in. So, Dancer. This is a job that has been in the game since pretty much launch. It's been in the game for a long time. And this is actually a starter pack job, so if you're a new player, you can pick this job right up. And I would recommend it. It's a great job, and it gives you actually the best in slot breaker weapon for breakers, ranger breakers in this game. So, definitely pretty worth it. Got some nice art there. It is a support type ranger in multiplayer. Water, wind, earth elements. Dance Macabre is the ult. It is a single target ult that is really nice because it does give you a prism shift and it adds haste, which is it's not bad. And then as you can see, the ult power is attack power focused. Very low break power, very low attack power. It's just one of those old jobs, so the ult's not super great. So if you have a skin, lightning skin would be awesome on this. Looking at the auto abilities, clutch drain, clutch haste, clutch snipe, power drives for wind and earth, which is pretty good, heal drives for wind and earth, and then you get some enhanced water, 20%, and enhanced wind, 20%, and then you get some resistances to the same elements, 20% for water and wind. Excuse me, I believe I might have said enhanced wind 20%. It's actually enhanced wind 30%. So wind's going to be your go-to element. For damage, this is such standard stuff. You also get improved crits for damage. Avert bio, avert crit down. Job change shift will shift your unusable elements to wind. So that's pretty cool. So, I mean, all in all, not too bad. Just with the original job card. This is the way the old jobs were built for us. They had enhancements to elements. They had resistances to elements. Pretty nice. Let's check out those extra panels. So even as a new player, you will be able to get some of these panels if you're haven't already tried already. But the first panel you'll get is base attributes 40%. 40% increased HP, attack power, break power, magic. Can't go wrong with that. Enhanced wind 170. This brings you to about 200% wind enhanced naturally. So wind's going to be your go-to element for dealing damage on your dancer, especially if you're rocking single player. This job will take you far, especially with these new enhancements. Prism element starter +2 is amazing, and it brings the floor up on free-to-play healing decks as far as multiplayer goes, and I'll show you my recommended deck. It's basically the same deck as before. But the difference is with the 2-element Prism starter is you only need 2 life starter cards in your deck these days to be able to get to ensure the 4 heart orbs, so you can get a heart shift off right at the start of the match, which is what you want in MP these days. And then improved crits, 170% improved critical. So when you do crits, it should do more damage. So, not too bad, honestly. Nothing to make the job more tanky or anything like that. It's basically damage buffs. And then the Prism Element starter, which is just a nice buff to have in general. So, looking at the stats, I've got the Butterfly Edge on my Dancer right now. This is the weapon that comes with the Dancer. It's a very good weapon. Mine doesn't have quick break on it yet, but I'm working on it. So we're just going to use that for the example. Got about almost 15k HP, almost 1k attack power, 905, 948 break power, 781 magic, which it's a little bit low. You want to see your jobs more in the thousands plus nowadays, but it's still very viable. And then we've got 6 stars crit, 8 stars speed, 2 stars defense. Defense is a little low, HP up, though, like with this much HP, I wouldn't worry about this job too much, especially if you're going up against wind or water, since you're resistant to those elements. But otherwise, as long as you've got a tank in your party, especially if you're talking multiplayer, then it's going to be fine. In single player, I mean, I would recommend, since this job does do prism shifts, I would recommend just either going with an old charge deck, break and killed kind of deck. This deck right here is just kind of set up to, it's set up to kill, basically. Got some kind of newer cards here. We got the Nausicaa card, Azunguard, and it's an AoE main target focus, but it hits everything. It's a really good card for damage. Then Bismarck in there, so we can stun lock. And then we've got Knights of the Round, and then we've got Omega Weapon in here. I mean, if you don't have these cards, if you wanted to set this job up the most possible basic, you can. I mean, you could go with Undying here, Undying Final Fantasy 12. It's on my other deck right now, so I can't use it. So Undying, Knights of the Round, and then something like this, or an M&A, or I like something, if it's an enhanced element, I like something that I could do damage with. That's why I like this card a lot. And then, I mean, this could be anything. This could be a debuff, or you could go with like the friend card if you have it. I mean, there's so many good ways to set up your Dancer. It's got really good elements. My strat would be to break and kill. That's the way I roll with pretty much all my Rangers. Let's take a look though at the multiplayer deck that we've been talking about. So, as far as multiplayer decks go, nothing has changed from if you've been playing multiplayer in this game for a while now. The healing deck is the same. It's Gaia, which is available in the shop, and then Tyro, or if you don't have Tyro, you can use Mighty Guard, Knights of the Round, and Undying. This is all you'll ever need for multiplayer for right now. If you've got these cards, and all these cards are pretty much available in the shop, so you can just buy them up. Very, very easy, new player friendly job to play in any multiplayer, basically. So if you kind of shy away from multiplayer because you don't know exactly what you're doing, just copy this deck, honestly, and start running battles as a healer. Honestly, I promise you will get runs, and everybody will love you. For a weapon, I'm going with the Twin Viper that we got from the Final Fantasy VII event, fighting Sephiroth. This is my favorite thing to run if I'm running a healer or if I'm running a tank. Just because it gives you EXP plus 30%, and then it also gives you skill seeds plus 30%. If you didn't have that, Muramasa X is amazing. You could go with your Dominion Axe. I mean, there's really no wrong weapon to put on your healer. I'm sorry to tell you, but you could go with anything, honestly. I like to use Butterfly Edge sometimes, even on my support, so that I can help break. Although my best recommendation for multiplayer would be whatever weapon gives you your highest defense stars right now, because as you can see, this job is very squishy, and you don't want to be relying on your party to survive. So for me, I would probably rock, if I was going in a party where the party for sure knew what they were doing, I'll go with the Twin Viper. But if I'm going to be running this in pickup groups, I'm going to at least stick on the Dominion X at the very least, because this thing gives you HP up, and it also gives you 2 extra defense stars, and this is completely unboosted. This is right off the bat, so it's a very good weapon. If you don't already have the Dominion Axes or the multiplayer weapons, I recommend them. They're really good. But we'll just leave on like Muramasa or something like that. So yeah, honestly, this job is good. It's not up there with the best support jobs. I do think this batch of Hall of Fame jobs came a little bit too late. It came about a month late, in my opinion. I think all this would have been a lot more. All the jobs that came out this month, Scholar, Dragoon, they're all good jobs, but they're not like really good, like what happens with some of the Hall of Fames. So let me know what you guys think about the Hall of Fames. We'll showcase the job, of course. We'll just go with the Ragnarok deck. Yeah. I mean, it's a great job. If you're a new player, you're really going to enjoy it, honestly. Especially now with the extra panels. If you're wondering whether or not you should pick this job up, if you're a new player, I would definitely 100% recommend this job. It's really strong. It's got great elements, and I mean, it's a support you can use basically for the rest of your multiplayer Mobius Final Fantasy experience. So I highly recommend it. I hope you guys enjoy it. Let me know how the Hall of Fame was for you guys, if you guys need any guides on getting through the Hall of Fame. I found it rather easy this time around, which I was really happy about. I didn't want to spend a bunch of time on that, so all good. This job looks great. I mean, getting through, man. Alright, let me know how you guys are doing. Appreciate you guys coming by, supporting some Mobius. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Share this video if it helped you out. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe to support this channel and for future Mobius Final Fantasy content. Take care of yourself, good luck to you, and I'll see you soon.